We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your kid. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and bring it out here. The tidings we bring to you and your kid. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For we all like figgy pudding. For we all like figgy pudding. For we all like figgy pudding. So bring it out here. The tidings
Season's greetings from Spring Meadow Lake in Helena, Montana. Spring Meadow Lake was established in 1981. It's a state park maintained by Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. It's a state agency. Spring Meadow Lake has a hiking trail that goes around the lake itself. It's an easy hike for anyone to take, lots of rest stops, handicap accessible. It's an easy hike, it's 1 mile. Spring Meadow Lake also encompasses the lake, so there's during the summer there's swimming and bird watching, just a nice place to come and relax. It's currently late December and the current temperature is 28 degrees, and as you can see, it's snowing out. This vlog is all for my subscribers and those who have liked my vlogs. I really appreciate it and wanted to say thank you. Here at Spring Meadow Lake during the winter, you'll also find a lot of ice fishing going on out in the lake. I don't see any today. I don't think the ice is thick enough as of yet for them to get out ice fishing. Today's vlog is also about reviewing my 2021 vlogs and also a look ahead at 2022. 2021 had its ups and downs. Of course, the most prominent one, as you can guess, is COVID-19. Still rampant throughout the world, which has really put a damper on a lot of traveling. I had every intention of being back in Nepal by now. However, my review of Nepal, what I found is a lot of the trekking routes are closed down. And basically, that's because they don't want the people in the small villages getting COVID and running rampant through there. So a lot of those trails are closed down and just things aren't back to normal. I'd like to see some normalization before I really go back there and do that. Or really most anywhere. It does put a real damper on things. So my trekking in Nepal, trekking in the Himalayas, it's going to be put off for another year or two. We'll have to see. The other downside to year 2021 in my vlogs was the Auburn, Alabama football game. It really got intense at the end, and I was really getting into it. At the same time, I was uploading a vlog to YouTube, and I wasn't watching what I was doing, and I tripped over the cord of my storage drive, which was uploading at the time, and it fell to the ground, just destroyed the hard drive in it. From the loss of that storage drive, I lost a lot of old videos that I'd taken when I did a lot of overseas abroad traveling, as well as some new ones. So I wish I could have shared those with you, but they're long gone. I could spend $500 to $1,000 to have the data pulled off of that. It doesn't make any money making these videos, these vlogs, so I just do it for fun, as a hobby. So the lesson learned there was not to be stringing your cords out across the floor. And I guess the biggest one is if you're ever watching an Alabama-Auburn football game, it gets pretty intense. So be careful. So in a positive note for 2021, I had a lot of good videos that came out, a lot of nice vlogs. My first ones were, actually they were the Nepal ones in Kathmandu. That would be Garden of Dreams and Monkey Temple. Now those were filmed in 2018, and I never anticipated that I would ever put those public and show that the filming I did there. But I said, what the heck, let's just go ahead and go for it. I had to do a lot of editing to it. They came out so okay. Yeah, it was with my GoPro 4, and I had it strapped to my chest and no gimbal on it, so there was no stabilization. So I had to really stretch it out in the editing process to make it look fairly stable. And then I did a narrative over it because I didn't do any speaking at the time. You'll find on some of my other videos that I've done also, I don't do a lot of narrative, a lot of speaking parts, because sometimes I just don't feel like talking. I'm just enjoying the moment. But it really puts a personal touch on my vlogs when I do that. So that's something I'm looking forward to 2022, and from there on is to really put a lot more speaking parts into my vlogs. So the next video I did was Columbia Mountain. That was the first one I filmed with my new camera. And again, I didn't do a lot of speaking in it. It turned out so okay. The 4K filming made it turn out really nice, really detailed. I like that part of it. So here, Spring Meadow Lake, we've been following the lake around. Here you can follow this trail, kind of loops up around, then reconnects with this trail. This is the Jane Beasley Memorial Trail. Again, a lot of bird watching out here. A lot of people come out here for bird watching. We're gonna continue on around the lake because I'm sure you don't want me speaking to you all day. So the next vlog I came out with was Refrigerator Canyon. That one was a fun hike. It was short, not much of a hike. Did a little bit more speaking than that, a little more narrative. It was fun. The canyon area with the limestone cliffs were absolutely beautiful. And then my next vlogs I did were downtown Helena, Montana, and then also Mount Helena. And that was some nice exercise. It was fun. Those were fun to do. Again, I just do this for a hobby, for fun. And then the next one I did was Gates of the Mountain. That was an adventurous hike I made there. Kayak and hike, solo hike. It was a lot of fun too. But it was better. Did better with the filming, and then a lot more narrative in it. And then my last one I did Mount Sentinel in Missoula, Montana. And I really liked that one. I had fun on that hike. We here at Spring Meadow Lake, got a little bridge area here. A lot of people will fish off of it. So Spring Meadow Lake has a lot of fish in it. They stock, has some trout, has some bass in it, and there's turtles in there. So as I was mentioning, the funnest vlog I did was Mount Sentinel, and that was enjoyable. So out of all those vlogs that I've done this year, it just so happened I just hit them at the perfect time for weather. It was a great time on every one of them. Perfect weather. Today, the snow coming down, it's a bit cold. I usually shut down during the winter when it gets this cold out, but I'm out today to wish you a happy holidays. So we're out in the snow today. The last video I just did, I don't think I'm gonna make it in time getting it out by the end of the year. We'll see. There's a couple that I did that I still have in the editing process. And here at Spring Meadow Lake, we have a bridge crossing with some water that's not frozen over here. So I've got a couple vlogs in the editing process. One I pretty much got ready to go. It was done earlier this summer of Mount Rushmore, and that one I don't have any narrative in it, but it is pretty patriotic and it was enjoyable to do, especially the editing process. I'll probably put it out when this video comes out. If you look up over here, I'll show you, we got an eagle's nest. Let's hike up there and take a better look at it. Mount Rushmore, it'll come out with this. I'll put it out with this vlog. The only other one I have outstanding is the ghost town of Bannock State Park, and I got quite a bit of editing to do on that. I'm gonna put some still photos in there. Again, not much narrative in that. Here's the nest. Evidently, I think it's for an osprey, but I suppose an eagle could make it its home too. And up there, that's a bat house. It's a box where bats can live. Here we have a storage container for transporting bears. So I got one other outstanding vlog that I haven't done any editing on yet also. It was a trip to Billings, Montana, and I think that one's going to be called Collusion, Montana versus Billings, Montana. This is not a basketball game. That one's going to be all about the beginnings of the cities of Billings, Montana. I just did that vlog last weekend, and I'm not sure how it's going to come out. I was really hustled in the filming I did, the shoots, because the snowstorm was coming in, so I had to hustle, and of course everything took longer. Once I got to the location I was going to do filming on, the parking area was closed, so I had to hike in, which took extra time. And then the second thing was I was heading to the cemetery, and it took me into downtown, and I wanted to do some downtown shooting also, filming. When I got to filming downtown, a train came by, and those trains in Billings can run forever, so I had to wait for it. So looking forward to 2022, I was considering doing Banff Park, Banff, Canada, and another one that I was thinking about doing, and this is in probably May. I was thinking about doing Spokane area and go to the botanical gardens there and such, but as you can see from the snow, I just don't do well in the cold anymore. I really want to do a warm weather trip in May. So tomorrow I'm submitting my backcountry pass for a rim-to-rim hike in the Grand Canyon, and that'll be warmer. Look forward to that. On that trip, I've always also wanted to do what you can do in Las Vegas without spending money or gambling. I'll do that at the same time, because I'll probably be driving it. Well, I'll be driving it, because I'll go onto the Grand Canyon also after that. So another planned trip, probably in June, is going to be a trip to Central Oregon, do some hiking around the Pendleton area, and then going to the Oregon coast and do some hiking around there, as well as some cities. So be able to get some great videos from there. So I've also been asked by some people about what I do to prepare for my hikes, and then other people have just asked flat out, well, what my workouts consist of. That'll probably be a good winter vlog I'll do. I'll go to the gym and step through my workouts that I do. So you can look forward to that in 2022. In addition, for 2022, out there is the possibility of doing another Mount Rushmore, but this time also including Deadwood. And also out there, it's been out there for a couple of years, is Glacier National Park and Yellowstone Park. Both are possibilities. So if any of you do have any recommendations on places to visit, and as you know, mainly I do hiking, please feel free to let me know if you know any places that I can go ahead and include a vlog on. You can contact me through hugatraveler@gmail.com. And when I was preparing for this hike, I noticed that when I looked that up, I didn't have my email address on my YouTube channel, so I'll be putting that up there. So pretty soon you'll be able to just click on that and send me an email if you know any places that you recommend visiting. In 2022, I also plan on doing a lot more scripting of my vlogs. What I have been doing, just ad-libbing things as I get out and hike and talk and narrate things. So to make them more professional, I'll probably be scripting things. So other than that, we'll just see what 2022 is going to present. Of course, things just come up. I'm giving opportunities for vlogs everywhere. And to close out this vlog, I want to again thank all my subscribers and those that have liked my YouTube vlogs. I really appreciate it. So I wish you happy holidays. The remainder of this, we'll go ahead and just take some views around the lake itself. But as I generally do on my vlogs, we'll go ahead and have a drink and I'll describe it to you. Today, I'm gonna try out a Rebel hard coffee mocha latte with 5% alcohol. I thought I'd have something warm today, a coffee. Only problem is, this is an alcoholic drink, so it's refrigerated. Boy, yeah, strong coffee. I never drink coffee, and so this is the first, but I thought, well, I should get something coffee related to make me feel warm. Out on this cold day with it snowing. Don't taste much alcohol in this. You can really taste the coffee part of it. It is a latte.